Good morning. I put up a video yesterday on some beard tips, and it got me thinking about some other things. Like I said in that video, I feel like I've kind of exhausted my opinions on bearding. But if things do come to me over time, I will add them. I hate repeating myself though, so I feel like I watch a lot of beard guys and they'll make the same video over and over again and just basically change it a little bit, just I guess so that they can put out new videos. But you know, a huge fellowship is not really in what I'm doing. Basically, if I put out something, I want it to be totally new material and something interesting to people that do watch me, and stuff that I actually, if I were to turn the tables, that I would be interested in. So I'm going to do a series on things that I carry with me every day. As you may know from watching my previous videos, I'm sort of a prepper. I just like to be prepared. I'm not one of these gloom and doom guys who thinks the world's going to end and need to prepare for something like that. I just like to not be unprepared. Basic life, you know, in general, things that could happen to us. I just like to be ready when things happen. I don't want to be caught unprepared, and so I try to carry as much with me on a daily basis to cover most of my bases. There's definitely things you can never prepare for, but there are some common things in life that you can prepare for. And then there are also things that I carry that make life more convenient. So I'm going to pick 3 things. Sometimes it might just be 2, but I'm just going to pick 3 things at a time and just do a little review and explain why I chose these things. So first, I'm going to start with eyewear, and not my glasses. These are, though, Ray-Bans, old school. Not much you can say. I just picked them out when I was getting my glasses. They are polarized. That leads me into my glasses though, but I really think it's very important that when you do get a pair of glasses, you get them polarized, because glare is your enemy. Most people don't even realize it, but you get headaches and stuff, even inside. A lot of it has to do with glare. So my indoor glasses and my outdoor glasses always are polarized. Plus, it's kind of cool when you're driving. You can see that rainstorm coming off in the distance that you normally wouldn't be able to see without them. And I'm that guy that has sunglasses on basically until it's pitch dark outside, because any amount of light outside really messes with my eyes. So yeah, these are my indoor glasses, polarized. They actually do darken outside, so I can use them as sunglasses. But my outdoor glasses are my Oakleys, and I've gone through many different types of Oakleys over the years, but these are the fuel cells, and they come in, I believe, 2 sizes, and these are the biggest ones you can get. And from looking at sunglasses, I have a huge melon. Most of my hats, I mean, if I get a sized hat, I got to get the biggest one they make. I usually go for the, you know, the elastic banded ones that kind of, you know, extend over your big melon. I'm not a big fan of the ones that you gotta like pop it in the back, because I like to have the versatility of turning my hat around or back. But yeah, fuel cells. This pair of fuel cells I've probably had for 4 years. I replaced the lenses over time. These are indestructible. I'm always flinging these things off of my head. I like the fact that I can just stick them up here if I need to. I don't know why I flip them upside down. I think it's because it's flat, but I'll throw them back here. I'll have my hat on, I'll flip it up and put it, I mean, they're just so versatile, you know. But usually this is what I do, driving down the road until I need them, I'll pop them down. But the lenses, I buy aftermarket lenses, much cheaper, still polarized. As you drop them and scratch them, and usually I have a level of scratches that I can tolerate before I replace them. Typically, if the scratch is not right in the middle of my eye, I can handle it. But then once I get that scratch in the middle, I pop them out. And I usually buy lenses. I buy like 2 or 3 pair at a time, and I keep them in the backup just in case. So like I'll keep a extra set of lenses in my go bag. I don't know if it's actually not technically a go bag, it's my day bag. I have a go bag which I'll go into at a different time. That's if things really go bad, like there's a natural disaster, flood, fire, whatever, you know, any of those things, and you just need to grab a bag and it has all your essentials so that you can live for like a week. I have one of those, but then I also have my day bag that comes with me everywhere, and basically just sits in my car. And that's all the big stuff that I can't carry in my pockets. But yeah, I usually keep an extra set of lenses in my bag, and I pop them in and out. And again, these are fuel cells, and they're the biggest ones. These are in flat black. They make them in a gloss black too, but I like flat black. And the flat black doesn't show scratches. Like I said, I've had these for like 4 years, and I must drop these things 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, they just fly off your head. I ride a Harley, and I don't, no windshield or anything, and I've never had an issue with them coming off of my head as I'm riding. The wind doesn't get under them. They just fit perfectly for my big old melon. So yeah, that's my number, probably one of my favorite things. Most of you, I'm sure, takes you forever to find a pair of sunglasses, and I'll be 80 years old probably still wearing these because they're just so awesome. My second thing today I'm going to talk about is my wallet. I used to carry the back pocket wallet, like I'm sure most people have. I just got really tired of sitting on it. Started actually irritating my back, so I got a wallet you carry in your pocket, and it's this little guy. It's formed plastic, has a little money clip that you can take on and off, carbon fiber. It's made by a company called Hellbent Holsters, and they obviously make holsters too for guns. It's all that injection molded plastic. These come in a couple different sizes. So this is, I think, one of the smaller ones. You can get a bigger one, and you start getting thicker, then I don't like the way it sits in my pocket. I can stick this in my pocket and really not even know it's there. And I like to have my bills on the outside so I can just pull them off. I also will stick, I'm not one of these technical guys where I keep notes like in my phone or whatever. I'm old school. I write things to do down on on a little post-it note, and I will stick my post-it notes for the day behind this and just peel them off as I need to do them for the day. So I always have that. And another thing, as being a prepper, I always have cash on me. I'm not really going to go into it, but I've had my credit card information stolen a few times. And the only way I think it happens is, they have these thieves can set up readers at like gas stations, convenience stores. Gas stations are the worst apparently. They read your PIN number, and they swipes your credit card, and somebody in some other state will be using it the next day. So I'm kind of a cash guy. And this phone, I'll tell you what, if you're still watching this and this blurriness, then you're a dedicated follower, because this is so irritating. I guess I need to do a little research on the phone, figure out why this thing keeps doing this. Or maybe I just need to be completely still. But anyway, my point of this is I always keep about $200 just in cash, because as a prepper, if something happens, a grid goes down, or power goes down for a couple days, your back, everything electronic could go down. If you need to buy something, you'd have to pay cash for it. You can't get money out of the ATM. I'm going to say, well, the power goes down, store's not going to be open. Well, stores may come back open, but you still can't get money out, and you can't run your credit card. Plus, there are those few places that I travel on my bike and stuff that, you can't use a credit card. Plus, like going back to my credit card information being stolen, I only use cash when getting gas or buying things at a store like shoes. If I go to a regular store, I pay cash for everything. I don't swipe my credit card on a machine for anything. I might do some secured like PayPal stuff, but I try to keep my footprint to a minimum. Cash is anonymous. So I just, at the beginning of the month, I'll pull out however much cash I think I'm gonna need for the month, and it also helps you save money too. It's so much easier to run a credit card than it is to spend that hard-earned cash in front of you. So that's one of the ways I save money is I take out an amount of money in the beginning of the month, and that's my allowance. And there I go, I'm back. And I kind of keep track of that throughout the month, and as it dwindles, my spending goes down. So it's a great way to save money too, and keep your footprint to a minimum. So again, Hellbent holsters, I like it. It's very, basic, but it does the job. Money on the outside, important information, and then you can stick your credit cards, driver's license, whatever. I also, when I ride, I have a wallet on a chain that I will introduce at another point, but I don't usually carry that unless I'm riding. So that's my riding wallet. And I would be lying to you if the whole purpose of it is just because it looks cool. But hey, sometimes you just gotta have an item that you carry because it looks cool. I'm not afraid to admit it. So yeah, wallet, sunglasses, and then I would venture to guess that most people out there would never guess that this is my number 3 item that I carry. These are my top 3 so far. I have a lot of crap that I carry, but sunglasses are number 1. Actually, wallet would be number 1. I guess you can say keys, but I'll go into that later. But I gotta have my sunglasses when I walk out the door. If I leave my house without my sunglasses, I'm lost. I can't. I hate driving without them. I hate standing outside without them. My wallet, obviously, can't get anywhere with that. It has all my concealed carry crap in there. My driver's license, credit card, my health cards in case you're in an accident. It's always important to have your doctor's information so that they can expedite any type of medical care you need in a efficient manner. But this kind of leads me into my 3rd item, and I want to show it to you now. I've taken it out of its pouch. This actually goes on the outside of my day bag. It's easy access, just pops right off. And here you go. This is a tourniquet. Carry this everywhere I go. And I'll tell you a little story. Many years back, I was riding in a motorcycle club, and I was riding point. I was the road captain at the time, and we were riding with another club we were friendly with, and we were riding through these back roads, and we typically ride 2 up. And we, if any of you are riders out there, we have all of our hand signals to tell the riders in the back and the tail gunner, who's the bad guy, what formation we're riding in. And we were riding 2 up, and then two up throw it up 2 means 2 up. Throw up 1 means now we're going to ride staggered formation, which is a typical legal way to ride. So you're offset, leaves a bigger gap for unexpected people turning in front of you or turns in the road, all that kind of thing. Just a little safer. The 2 up is a much tighter position. It shows you have control over your bike and you know what you're doing. You typically see motorcycle police officers riding 2 up. Again, technically not legal, but who's going to tell them it's not legal? But anyway, I was riding point. We were riding 2 up, and then we started in these back roads and started getting twisty turny. We went to 1 up, and you're staggered. I typically would fall back to tail gunner at that point just to keep an eye on everybody, make sure everybody's staying in formation. And I was riding behind one of our fellow, the other club members, and he was on the outside lane closest to the middle line. And we came around a blind turn, and as many of you know, he was riding a chopper, had highway pegs, so he had his feet up, and we all ride like that. I have big old highway pegs on my bagger. And we came around a turn, and a woman in a BMW split the lane on him, and you heard this thud, and then there was a puff of pink, and it just covered me. Happened that fast. And you see his bike kind of wobble, and then he kind of coasted off to the side, and he's just sitting there. So I pull in behind him, and you look down, and she had taken his foot clean off. But this guy was such a hard ass that he kept the bike upright, and he just couldn't kickstand it because he didn't have a foot. And we immediately pulled him off the bike, and had to pull off a belt to tourniquet his leg to keep him from bleeding to death. And I remember from that point on being like, "You're an idiot. You should always be carrying a tourniquet." So from that point on, I've always kept one with me, because that will be the one thing that will put you in the ground quicker than anything, is bleeding to death. And you can bleed to death from many different things, and not just for yourself, but you come across someone that's had an accident on the road, anywhere, and the tourniquet's the number one medical device that's going to save a life. So I always keep one on me, and it's professional grade. If you go to buy one of these on like Amazon or Craigslist, be wary of the knockoffs. There's a lot of real cheap ones. Go quality, buy the real thing. This one came with a quick release case with the big TQ on it, so if anybody sees it and has half a brain, they know that means tourniquet. And it also came with a pair of surgical grade scissors for cutting clothing off to get to it. And I always keep a couple Sharpies on the outside of my day bag for writing down the times when you put the tourniquet on. So they're important to medical when they show up, to know how long that tourniquet's been on them. But anyway, I've sat here and rambled on and on long enough. So that's my 3 most important things that I carry on a daily basis. I have a ton more, but I would have to say that those are my go-tos right off the bat. I'd be interested to hear what you think of them, or if you have your favorite 3 things or necessities that you carry every day. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.